Hi everyone, my name's Anne-Marie. Welcome to this new episode of Cup TV brought to you by Craftsuprint at www.craftsuprint.com. Today we're going to look at a gorgeous kit from Mary MacBean. The cup number is 1034440_1648. It's called the Pretty Bouquet Crossover Gatefold Card Mini Kit. You get 4 sheets and a backing sheet of paper. Now I'd like to show you the sheets and then we can make the card. The first sheet that you get in the kit is actually, as Mary stated, it's the inside back. Now all will become apparent when we actually make the card. Mary's included a tutorial on Craftsuprint as well. So if you do get stuck, please check that out. There's also extra decoupage on this sheet as well. Now this is the back of the inside back. Again, I know that sounds confusing, but we put 2 sheets back to back. And this is the outside of the back. So there's no white bits. Then we've got extra tags if you want to make a gift tag to coordinate with your card. Now we've got the inside left and the inside right of the 2 crossover panels that make the actual card front. And those are the insides. These are the outsides of the crossover flaps. Mary's included where you score and the fold marks and the tabs and where you would fold as we go along to make the card front. Mary's included extra sentiments as well. And then there's a sheet of backing paper. Maybe you want to line your envelope to match with the card itself. So the first thing that we've done is I've cut out the inside back of the card and the outside back of the card. However, I wanted to show you these before we go on to use them, because I know as I describe the sheets it can sometimes be a little bit confusing. I'm going to put these to one side for now and we're going to work on the flaps for the outside of the card first. Now the flaps on the actual sheets are marked inside right, inside left, etc. I found it helpful when I cut the flaps out to actually write on the back which was which, because I cut everything out. I don't make it as I go because obviously I prep to show you all the steps. So this is the inside front right. This is the outside front right. So what happens is I've put tape, double-sided tape, on the back of the inside right. And I'm going to peel the tape away, the carrier sheet, and then we place one onto the other. Now at home you could use wet glue, that would give you a little bit of wiggle room to get everything in the right place. So I'm just hoping mine goes on virtually straight. Now this is the tab that was on the front. So this is going to be the inside, this is the front of the card, so that's the inside. I'm going to put that to one side now and we're going to make the other flap as well. I've done exactly the same with this. I've cut them out and I've wrote inside front left because that is going to fit over the back of the front crossover panel. I've got flat tape on it. Again, I can peel off the carrier sheet that's on the back of the tape and I can position this over the back of the crossover panel and put it back to back. There we go. Now, if for any reason you have a few white bits, you can always trim them. Now, I'm perfectly happy with that because the eye will be on the overall look of the card. But if you are thinking that you want to just trim those away, by all means, if you don't get it married up. But if you don't get it married up, try the wet glue technique and that'll give you a little bit of slip to be able to position it. So I've already scored the edges on both of the crossover flaps, but I'm going to use a bone folder to make sure the edges are nice and sharp on both pieces. There we go. Then I'm going to take what is actually the inside back panel, and I'm going to take the first of the flaps. I'm going to turn the back panel over, and I've got tape already on the inside flap of the front panel. So I'm going to lay that down face down, so that's the outside pattern face down, and face down for the inside back. All will become apparent when you see it. I'm going to butt the panel up to the corner and fold the edge over of the crossover. And then I'm going to do exactly the same for the other one at the other side. So I'm going to lay it down on the desk so it's pattern side out, the front pattern of the florals. And I'm going to take our back panel, butt it up to the crease and fold that over at the score line. And then I'm just going to use my bone folder to make sure those two are both well attached. And then we take the back panel. I've got flat tape on the back of this. Again, if you wanted to use wet glue to give you a little bit of wiggle room and wiggle time to get everything in line, that's completely up to yourself. So then we're going to cover the back of this to cover these tabs up. So we're just going to line it up. I'm going from the base upwards, hoping that I'm going to cover everything as I go and get it on nice and straight. And that is the back of the card now. And now you can see that the inside back is our large panel, and we've got our two crossover flaps. Now Mary's included some gorgeous decoupage to be able to build up the florals in the centre. I've cut them out, the layers. I've got them on 3D foam, and I'm simply going to build up this image layer by layer as we go. And it's so beautiful are these flowers. They really are. And you could use this for many different occasions. Don't have to use all the layers. You can use as many or as few as you like. So I'm just keeping building it up and following the actual design of the flowers underneath. This is the last one that I'm adding. There we go. And then I've got a sentiment that says with love. Now I'm thinking if I add my sentiment maybe just at the side of the flowers, as if it's coming out of the flowers like a gift tag. There we go. Then I've also taken the two gift tags that's included in the kit, and I've stuck them back to back to make a double-sided gift tag. I've used my crocodile to punch a hole in the top, and I've just added a little bit of ribbon. So that will coordinate with the card beautifully. And our card, it will stand up. It'll stand up on the mantelpiece. I know it's difficult to see the crossover as it's stood up because we're looking downwards. But our finished card is beautiful. You can see the decoupage. You've got a nice panel to write your message in. And it's such a beautiful card. Now I'd just like to remind you of the cup number. It's cup 103 4440 _1648, and you can check out any of Mary's designs on Craftsuprint. I would just like to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.